Okay. Hello again. It's day 5. Excited to be here. I'm Grace Simon with the New Doors Mentorship and Coaching. And I'm on day 5 of my 21-day reset. And I got to tell you, the first week is always the most fun when it comes to fasting and cleansing. And focusing your intention towards an entire year. The first week is the best week because it's really challenging in the fact of your like getting over your carnal self, cleansing the things of that you've really enjoyed over the past month or the past few months or the past year, whatever it may be. But the first week is always the greatest challenge. So many things happen when we're cleansing and we're fasting, getting rid of all that extra sugar in our system, and we go in withdrawal, that our emotions can kind of go up and down a little, unless you are really focusing your attention of why you're doing what you're doing, who you're doing it for, and why it matters. And even in this, I say that all the time, but really everything is linked to what our thoughts, how we're driving our thoughts, right? Where our focus goes, our energy goes. And so on the first week of cleanse, it's always a reminder about how addictive sugar is, how addictive things are, and our habits and our routines that don't serve us, and how we find comfort in a lot of nice things, good things, sure, but unnecessary things. So the fact that like you get irritable, your emotions, things irritate you in other ways. Instead of like eating a cookie to satisfy and get rid of that irritant, I got to have some hot water. I have to have hot water because it's cold outside. So I'm drinking cold water, but I'm drinking a lot of hot water right now. And today, friends, I just want to have a cookie. I want to have a good piece of chocolate. I don't really eat cookies, so I shouldn't really say that. But actually today I probably would eat anything that has chocolate in it because I would love a piece of chocolate. Not going to lie. But I'm having water instead. Yes, because this 21-day reset is already a little intense. I gotta say, I'm excited. I'm so expectant because of the fact that so there's some things shifting and things happening already, and we're only 5 days in. So I can't wait. I am so expectant to hear from God and just to get my own thoughts and clarity on what it is that I'm doing, why I'm doing it, who I'm doing it for, and where I'm willing to lay down myself. Yesterday, we talked about applying faith to purpose. If you haven't watched yesterday's session, watch it. Every day I'm doing this, and it's getting better as I go along here and getting rid of the distractions and the stuff, laying it down, laying my life down, just surrendering it to God and getting fine-tuning a routine for what I see, what I desire, what I want, and where I'm going to put action towards that goal and towards those goals that align with purpose. And it's a lot of fun. So yesterday I talked about applying your thoughts to faith and how I had a little bit of a rough day yesterday because my faith was lacking. I got caught in circumstances. I got caught in what was taking place. And wow, I just got caught and it was a little ugly. I cried a little, maybe a lot, to somebody else on the other line. And I disturbed their day because I had just fallen to a bit of fear in the moment of circumstance. And we all have those days. So I'm no different than you. We all have those days, and we have to have kindness for those moments, because it reminds us about how much it's so important for us to anchor ourselves against truths, things that are really important, that are really true, that are right, that are noble, that are good. When those rough days come and you want to be faithful, and you still are faithful, even when your faith goes up and down and you just lose it for a minute, you're still faithful. You're still like, you haven't gone anywhere. And I say that because my ego, like I'm so sick of ego. And ego is eliminating God's order. And I can get that too. Instead of just saying, I'm okay, I've always been okay, I always will be okay. And you're okay having a moment, Grace. Like, you're okay to have a cry and a pout out. Like, it doesn't mean that you're like losing it, you're falling off the rails or anything. So just give yourself that time and be generous to you, especially when we're going, when you're setting time aside to really get clear on what it is that you want. You may be saying, like, I'm getting tired of all this thought stuff. Okay. Okay, so you're getting tired of this thought stuff. Then what? So where are you directing your thoughts? What's the point of your thinking? Like, have you really got it clear? Because I know for coaching and mentoring people, when I ask them what the purpose is, like where's their life taking them? What is the direction? Like, can you live in a, like, I love to take people into a vision. I love to help them to experience what it is that they want in 5, 10 years, of living it in that moment, you know, forward pacing them so that they can live, they can experience, they can feel, they can see, what it is that they're doing every day. Why are they doing it? And a lot of people, they don't know how to do it. So when I do exercises, when I do a practice with them and take them there, they're like, wow, that was powerful. That was so amazing. I really love that. I'm like, you can live that. You can have that every single day. And that's what this is really important this week is really understanding how powerful your thoughts are. If someone makes you mad, happy, glad, or sad, you have been had. And that is the makeup of your attitude. And no one will be able to shake you very often or very easily when that purpose is grounded within your mind, heart, will, and emotions and aligned with the purposes of God. So this week is really important for focusing on what you're thinking about, really questioning and challenging why you believe what you believe. Do you really have a purpose? Like, do you have something that you can direct your thoughts towards? And it may be something spiritual, but it might be not. It might be something other than that, like, think that you're really working towards, you're building. You're building your relationships, you're working on your physical health, you're wanting to create a new project, like writing a book, having new experiences, taking your family on holidays, because that would mean like your enriching your financial freedom, or enriching your relationships, right? Or it's investing in what it is that you're doing as a career, why you chose that career, that you want to grow. You want to surround yourself like-minded people, or people that are growing further and greater than you, that you can learn from and be mentored by, and whatever that may be, you want to set your thoughts to that. So applying faith is the substance, it is the confidence and hoping for, and believing what is to come. And so when it comes to those things, there's a purpose there, but there's also a faith that you have to apply, that that you're going to get the outcome, that you believe that this is the right thing for you to be striving towards, and you're going to hold that faith. And when the circumstances don't look like it, you're going to still hold that faith. You're going to hold that belief. You're going to hold that confidence, whether it's bringing it forward from experiences that you've had prior, or you're just going to be like living in that future vision of, I am creating a plan. I'm taking actions every day in order to get that outcome. And we're going to be talking about that over the next 2 weeks. Next week, we're going to be talking about changing your words, making declarations. So hold off. I have it all ready for you, okay? We're going to go through how to do visualization, how to do meditation, how to breathe, how to doing it all next week. So it's going to get good in creating new habits, using the tools to get you there, for changing and renewing your mind, but also creating a plan for taking action. And so that's 21-day reset. It is transformation, and it's setting some daily challenges, setting a goals for yourself every day, and taking dialogue, writing it out, so that you have record of where it is that you're going, where you're designing your life forward to. So it's so Awesome. Today we're going to talk about the thought and the purpose. And it says here in As a Man Thinketh, until thought is linked, until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the bark of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. So if you want to hit the mark, you want to hit your goals, you want to, be in line within a direction and a purpose, then you can't allow yourself to get distracted. You can't allow to have the basket tipped over and you go into a chaotic state on a regular basis. That thought needs to be held captive. That purpose of thought of why you're doing what you're doing, who you're doing it for, why does it matter, needs to be so defined. So if I asked you to give me the line of your purpose this year, do you have a word, or do you have, something that you're moving towards that you could tell me in one sentence what it is? If you don't, take some time to really think about that and define that, from the 5 key areas, the 5 key component areas of your life. Which of them do you want to focus on the most to strengthen and to grow, and why? What is it going to do for you? What is it going to do for others? And why does it matter that you're doing it? Is really super important. So I want to throw caution in the air to you. In Canada, where I am, we have a lot of government turmoil happening right now. Our prime minister had made the decision to resign. And there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of distraction going on. And oh boy, leaders to the south of us are having heydays with it. They'll make a comment. Someone will make a comment. Everybody knows who it is. They'll make a comment. and he's like playing. He's playing games. He knows how to antagonize people, and he knows how to make statements that people that are not purpose, that are not clearly focused, that are not they're not in control of their emotions and thoughts, they get like thrown over so easily. And it's very sad. It's very sad. It says this, that they who have no central purpose in their, so I don't want to insult anybody. So if this is you, that you get upset when you hear things, if somebody shares a story with you or says that, somebody, let's use the government as an example, saying that we'll become the next state of United States, that like, it's not going to happen. It can't happen. So why waste your time even like worrying about arguing the point? It doesn't matter. But it's your fault if you get all twisted and turned over and upset about remarks. And I'm guilty of it. But I have given up on issues, political issues. Spending too much energy on that stuff does not align with my purpose. And in fact, it takes away. So he says, they who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey. Come on, Canadians, you're an easy prey. You're so easy to play with when you get all like freaked out about something that somebody says that like it's not even possible. Like, wow. But you fall to an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, and self-pitying, all of which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins, though by a different route. Hey, good evening, welcome. You fall easy prey to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness, this is powerful, guys. Write this down. For weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. My goodness, they who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, self pitying, all of which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. He should make this purpose the centralizing point of his thoughts. And it may take the form of a spiritual idea or it may be a worldly object according to his nature at the time being. But whichever it is, he should steadily focus his thoughts forces upon the object which he has set before him. He should make this purpose his supreme duty and should devote himself to its attainment, not allowing his thoughts to wander away to longings and imaginations. This is the royal road to self control and true concentration of thought. Now, catch this. Even if he fails again and again, even if he fails, even if you fail again and again, even if you fail, even when you fail, okay, again and again, to accomplish his purpose, the strength of character gained will be the measure of his true success. Woo! Yes! And this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. Come on, guys. That gets me so excited because it's like, oh, woo-hoo-hoo. Even if I fail, oh yeah, even if I fail, it makes you look like forward to it. It's like I'm doing something new. I'm putting myself out there. I'm going for the purpose that I set out in my heart to accomplish. Things are arriving. They're coming forward. They're coming to me. Now, am I going to step into it? I paused. Like yesterday, I had a fear factor. Like seriously, because I got afraid of taking the step in because of circumstances. Instead of moving in with with a confidence of knowing this is in line with my purpose. Like, and committing to the thought of purpose, this is the power of it. And we're going to talk more about that next week, is like really committing to that purpose, getting really clear on what it looks like. Like when you list your house, when you go to move and list your house, New Doors Group, I have New Doors Group, I have New Doors Real Estate, New Doors Mentorship. And no matter what, I'm helping people buy and sell homes, or I'm helping people mentor in their personal development, communication, and leadership. I'm always leading them from a place of why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you doing it for? And what is this going to matter? What is this going to matter to you? And what's going to matter to your life? Because that is the force of where we're going to get an urgency, where I can actually move people to places. If they have no urgency, if there's like, we don't really care, we're just kind of testing the market, we're just going to see how it goes, then you don't really have any purpose. There's no drive, there's no motivation. Why bother? Because why bother? You're not going to go anywhere anyways with it. Like, it is having that purpose of why we can work with people that have a purpose, that I can help steer them. I can help, bring things into play for them if they really have a clear picture of why they're moving. They have a thought, they have an idea, they have a desire to move, but they don't have a clear purpose of why they're moving. And same thing with mentoring people. I have to get clear on, what are your values? What's important to you, right? Because they don't know the purpose. Most people don't know their purpose. We got to start with the place of, do you know what your values are? Like, do you know what's really important to you? And even then they don't know. So we have to go through a whole process of getting really clear on what your top 3 values are. And then we get into a place of understanding what the vision is for your life and getting into that purpose to be able to have a focus. Let's focus. And then establishing a focus of a plan, a duty, going through actions every single day so that we can carry out. It takes discipline. It takes patience. It takes order. It takes alignment. It takes stuff. It takes people like me to be around you to help encourage you and say, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in your dream. I believe everything that is possible for life, but you have to believe it too. And it's not allowing yourself to get easily distracted, right? Taken off course by whatever happen chance takes place. There's a lot of shiny objects out there. But for me, I'm like, from New Doors Mentorship or New Doors Group, I have a picture, a mentorship center. So I have in my mind, I have a mentorship center, and I have a big picture of what that is. And I know that it's taking place. I know that it's taking place because I've experienced this when I've had the idea of selling. When I was going to have it sold, I would declare it, and it, over the course of keeping it in mind, I had a date and everything, and it closed within 2 days of my date that I had first set out a year in advance of when we were going to be moving. Amazing. That's not the only time. There's also times when we have been redoing homes, and I visualize what it is that we're doing, and I'll get really detailed, and I see things coming to place. Didn't have them in front of me, but it was applying my faith and applying it to the purpose of why we were doing it, what we were doing it for, and believing and staying course that these things happen. So we really need to keep hold of that. So through my life, as I'm building business, it has to be in line with my purpose. It has to be in line with the goal of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so things are happening, and it's not going to be comfortable. But your dream needs all of you. Change agents. For those of you that are wanting to make an impact and be an influence among your community, it's a challenge. You are going to be challenged. There's going to be people that are going to doubt what you're doing. They won't carry your vision. They won't carry your idea. And you're going to question it. But you need to hold that purpose of thought within your heart and not be moved from it. It's powerful. And Proverbs 16:3 says, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. Commit your work to the Lord. None of this is possible if you believe that you are your own true God. But when you believe that God is a generous, kind, good, abundant God living at the highest purpose and plans for your life, he says, I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and to not fail, plans for a hope and not failure, and trusting God through that process that God is not vengeful, he's not angry, he's not manipulative, but he's absolutely perfect. And as you draw close to him, you are being perfected. We are one with God. And as we draw closer in that understanding of his goodness and of his kindness, his kindness, I love his kindness. Like that, I know that my life is being perfected as I go through my journey. I am so far from that. And that being perfect, but I'm really enjoying it. That failure, when I fail, it's part of my growth, and it is so necessary for my growth, for my learning, and for my understanding. So this is such a good lesson. It's a reminder to keep steady, keep the course, don't get attached, but look forward, holding that intention, that purposeful intention. Camille, hey friend, I'm just wrapping up, but you can watch the replay and get the, if those of you that have been following along have not gotten the 21-day reset day-to-day study, then I'm going to have it free for you on a link. It's going to be uploaded. You want to download it. And then in a couple months, I'm going to have the full program ready and set for you. This is 21-day reset. It's about creating habits for you, fulfillment for your life, getting that order, really being able to identify things in your life and having things attracted to you so quickly, becoming so attainable that you just like, where were all these things hiding before I did this? It's powerful. It's amazing. And you don't want to miss out. Okay, Camille, and all those that will watch the replay, have an amazing day, and we will see you again tomorrow on day 6. Let's go. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's be happy and fulfilled. Have an amazing day. Take care, everybody. God bless.